Well, first of all, I would give it back if I found people that come in board as a fact, right? They're going to come on board as a fact and they have good volition. Well, guess what? You get to use the accoutrements that are there. Let them know that I didn't only claim it in this country. I claimed it tangible everywhere in every space in the now space on planet Earth. And let them know, sad news for them. First, I did it by contract. And then by allowing the now space to be the forcement of that. So wherever we go now, there it is. Mm-hmm. Now, in 1999, none of these people even had this in mind. Do you know how difficult the research was to come up with this in 1999? It was very difficult. It was not an easy thing to unravel. Before people start throwing stones at me, first of all, they have to come into position as a fact. Now that I have it as a fact, I will give it back as a fact. But it's given when it's needed. It's not needed now because no one's come forward as a fact, right? They're not coming forward with their fact grammar. They're in a position of usury of something where they're babbling in fiction. They can't even state a claim. They're in a position with a birth certificate that doesn't exist anymore. So they're in a position of nothing, saying that there's nothing to give nothing to nothing. And so it's really interesting for me to watch when you have nothing, saying nothing, giving nothing, throwing stones with nothing, and yet you can't even throw a stone because you have nothing and you are nothing. And we're over here as a fact in the now space saying, well, we already got it all. So why do we need to be thrown under the bus by nothing when we have all the facts? Now, I will gladly give the facts back to the people. But first of all, what happens if you give somebody something so they don't comprehend? They lose it. Let's talk about the American nationals, the American losers, right? These are losers. No disrespect. These are the very people that said that I authorized HAARP to cause earthquakes and hurt the American people. Are they out of their minds? I've done everything in my power to give full closure to the American citizens, not only of the tragedy that happened in 1999. Where were they? Where did they stand in the courtroom? Where did they go learn? Oh, they're doing it off the backs of others with no continuance of evidence, hiding behind the illusion that there's an America that doesn't exist. I'm sorry. Ended in 1999. I'm not happy about it. Where's their now space performance? Well, they don't have any. In order to be in the now space, you have to use now space grammar, the math interface. Now let's go back to their dog Latin nonsense. First of all, parse is French, no doubt, coming definitely from the Roman Empire. But all of our grammar in linguistics, law, and legality comes from the Latin or a Greek origin. Simultaneously, where is their SEE treaty? Oh, they carry their C treaty on them, right, with their all-seeing eye, with their $1 currency. I disqualified all those functions and rights out of the Vatican. And you can go look up the definition of C, right, to look through the popes or the papal's dioceses. They're still in usury with all that. I ended all that. That's all fraudulent. The Vatican is a fraudulent organization that has zero authorization to create these fairy tales and fables against the citizens of the world. Number one. The use of hieroglyphics in communication and bringing order of operation to syntax is a wonderful thing. Because, as you know, this American secured party, this adjective pronoun, has given you no facts today. It's coming at you with no facts, spewing no facts, thinking that it's going to get under my skin. Stay at home, put your mask on, stay in your martial law theater that you get to capitulate with, and watch the now space perform. Be upset about it, throw stones at it, do whatever you think you need to do at it. I am a very humble guy. I'm not an arrogant. I'm not a thief. I captured something that those fools that are throwing these stones at me, when I classify them as fools, where were they in 1999?